Hello everyone. I've been asked to introduce a short section on the Council's values and in particular what I think they mean for myself and for all my colleagues. So the easiest thing is for me to take them in order and talk a little bit about why I think they are so important. And in part of that I would reflect on, I have always worked in the public sector and I think I've got to the point now where I'm probably not that sure the extent to which my values have shaped my work or my work has shaped my values. But I do think the 4 values that we're talking about today are absolutely key to most public sector, but I think they are very important to what we want to do specifically in Wakefield. We will probably all have other values around these core 4, but I think we will all find some resonance with these. And what I do want is that we can all demonstrate these values visibly in the way we work, that we role model them to colleagues, and that we really think about them, particularly at those times when we may be a bit worried or unsure about what we're doing. Our values are really a way to go back and test, are we really sticking to our core being and our core motivation? But for me, they aren't just comfortable words. There's something we should really be thinking about. What do they mean? So for me, having the value of caring is partly around that very public sector ethos that we want to do better for people. We tend to all have jobs where we want to improve the quality of life or deliver a really good service, make somebody feel glad that they've come to us and asked for something. So that's a really important thing, is just that we have in our heads a person on the receiving end of everything we do. But I also think being caring is more than just having the right attitude. It's really thinking hard about how we deliver our services and how we shape the success of Wakefield. So for me, caring also means using business intelligence, looking at what customers are saying, going out and finding out what other local authorities are doing, reading magazine articles, looking at the art of the impossible, dreaming a bit about what might be different. It's about being caring in a way that says you really, really want to understand what is the impact of what you're doing. What do people really want? What do people need? What will really change lives and success in Wakefield? And that's really at the core of being caring. I think it is difficult to care if you're not also ambitious, because then you're not really thinking about, well, what's the next thing you can do for somebody? But I think ambition also has a slightly different meaning, in that it's really thinking about, where does Wakefield sit in the region, in the country, internationally even, because so much of what we want to do in terms of growing a good economy, in terms of making sure our people are successful, in terms of wanting tourists to come and visit us, really means being ambitious for the district as a whole. So if we don't have ambition as a personal value, if we're not constantly thinking about how can we make things better, we might miss something. So I think ambition is a really important value. Respect is also important, and perhaps as much as anything, it's important for how we treat each other. We all get very busy, we can all rush round, we can all sometimes deliver a message with perhaps not enough tact. Respecting each other is more than about just being polite to each other. Respecting each other is actually recognising that we all have different working styles, we all have different family environments, we all have different expectations of work, we all have different life contexts. So really respecting each other is almost going back to being caring. It's about really understanding each other, understanding where we're all coming from, and then respecting and valuing differences. And finally, integrity, so important in the public sector. We should all hold integrity very dear as a value. It's about being honest, it's about being caring, but it's also really thinking, every now and again, just think, am I being a decent person? If I'm having to have a very difficult conversation with a colleague, if I'm having to give bad news, if I'm having to redesign a service, am I doing it with integrity? Am I comfortable with what I'm doing? And do I feel like I'm being a decent person, even if I'm having to do something that might not be popular? So those values will all mean something different to you. But I think if we can all regularly show we're being caring, ambitious, we have respect and we have integrity, then I think we can make the council a great place to work. Thank you.